Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I am in the process of buying a load of bits for this car. Now, I think I've gotten most of the bits. If you remember, we completely stripped this one down. We had a whole load of pieces everywhere, and we've removed just about everything we could remove from it without actually physically taking the engine itself out. So today, we're going to put this one back together, and we're hoping that is going to take us somewhere near level 11. That is the crucial point that we want to get to. We're at level 12, rather. We're at level 11 at the moment. Level 12 will allow us to unlock the bigger garage and the other lifter, and that's kind of the really important one. Now, a couple of people have said that it would probably be beneficial for me if I was to get the compression tester, which is the one that we got anyway, so yeah, we're okay with that. 5% more income for finished orders, or should we get something like the OBD scanner, electronic multimeter? See, a lot of these we can use sort of when they're off. Unlocks tire tread tester tool. You can check the condition of the tires. You can use it from the pie menu while in the part overview. I think again we get that one because if you take the wheels off, we get to assess the condition of them anyway. So I'm thinking that more money at the moment, more income for finished orders would actually be pretty good. So if we go for that one, oh no, actually, 100% faster screwing and unscrewing. That one I think might actually, yes, we'll go for that one for now. And that's going to just speed things along just a little bit. And then I'm hoping that very soon, once we finish this car, we can get level 12 and unlock the bigger garage, which means that we can then bring our vehicle in here and start working on that one. We're going to completely strip everything out of the car that we own and then sort of go from the ground up. Now, we need to start putting this one back together. So I'm hoping that I have got enough bits here. There's just a couple of bits of transmission noise. Oh, I do need to get these. We need to get the clutch pressure plate, and clutch release bearings, and then the flywheel. So those should be fairly simple to get. We press T on here, and then we just go. Flywheel first is easy enough for $500. It's a very, very expensive thing. So then clutch. So we need the plate, the pressure plate, and the bearing. We want all three of those. It's a shame you can't just buy a clutch kit. Get the whole lot all at once. So there's those four. And then finally, car status, I should say. Release bearing, clutch plate, flywheel. All of those are already listed further up. So we should be okay, I think. I'm hoping. There is a couple of things that we need to do. And we need to make sure that we have these right. The pistons and a spark plug. The other piston as well. Those we need to mark up. That rocket arm we need to mark. I thought there was two of those, but there wasn't. Yes, the spark plug. Is that a second spark plug or not? I'm not quite sure. If it is, I'm going to have to buy another one. Minimal parts condition 45%. So we should be okay regardless of how we change them round. Fuel pump. It's just sometimes that you get the bits, and if you don't replace them with the new ones, that's when you sort of run into problems. So let's go into part mount mode, and the first things that we want to be doing is putting these pistons back in, I think. The piston with conrod. Yeah, so it's this one and this one that I need to make new. So we've got that one, and the piston rings are actually in good enough condition. So I'll take that one there as well, and I'll put the better ones on there. Yes, and then we can put back the old ones on here with the reasonable condition. I'll take those ones there and put on. Yep. I mean, ideally, I think this person really needs to have the final piston with some of these rings up. In some of the rings need to be improved. There's some situations there, I think, that could cause them some problems. I think it would be better off for this person if they were to... Ooh, that's much better. Look at the speed of that. I am very glad that I decided to go for that one. It is quite slow not having, especially now that we're sort of deep underneath this vehicle and we're having to do all these extra bits. Where do the spark plugs go? Oh, they go inside here. So we want... Oh, no, the spark plug we want is that one over that side. It's the rocker there that needs to be done. So let's come over to this side a minute, and all the pistons are already in this one. So we can put this one back on here. And... get those on. I'm really looking forward to getting our own car. The one that we got from that barn find, get it in here, get it stripped down, and we can start looking at the various options that are available with that one. So which spark plug is it? It is this one here, isn't it? It's that one. I think it's that one. Is it? Oh no, there's a spark plug over there that we need to do. That one. Oh, it's two. No, there's two of them. There is two spark plugs. Right. I don't have two spark plugs, so let's just go into here and buy another one. There we go. Spark pluff. No, it's not. It's not a pluff. That's a plushie. Nope, it's not that either. Spark plug is two separate words. There we go. See. And buy that one. That's just $6. Some of the items that we've been buying are rather expensive, though, and I wouldn't want to have to buy them on a regular basis, I can tell you that much. Put that one in there, so we've got another replacement one there. And then the rest of them we can put in with just the original ones that were there. And it's not going to cause us any problems at all. Put that one in there, and one on this side. Now, this bit is rather time-consuming to put all the rest of these bits in. And it's like assembling the whole engine again. Put that one in there. Right, so there's all the spark plugs back, and now we want to start putting all these bits. I think that we're going to lift this one up, and we're going to do the bits underneath first. So let's come out of there, and we'll lift that one, hoik that one up into the air. We've got a muffler to put on the back, and we've also got a... Yeah, we want to put one of the exhausts on. And then one of them just goes back on as normal. So let's go... Nope. If I click on it, there, you've got to click on it first, and then you can do it. So, that one, I need to go like this, part mount, and then I can put that one... Oh, as it's repair minimum condition 45%, I think we should be okay regardless of which way round we put them on. And rear muffler there, 48%. I think that's the right way round anyway. I think that is the way round that we took them off. So then we want to whiz up through here, and we can start putting the clutch back together. So I'll put the flywheel on there, then the clutch plate, and the pressure plate, and that one's got some bolts to do up. And then there's the plate and the pressure plate. Oh, and there's the clutch bearing as well. That one, yeah, release bearing, that's the one. That one goes in on there, and then you put the gearbox on the outside of that. So we can put this one on as well. Brand new gearbox. The other gearbox is going to have to be sold, I think. Put those all back on. Right, so that's the gearbox all taken care of. And now we got to go in here, and we got to start putting these rod caps back on. Now, there's a couple of the rod caps that were actually needed to be replaced. That's going on so much faster. That is a lot better doing it that way round. I don't know which of these needed to be... You got rod caps, and then you got these end things as well. It's a job to tell which one is which. I really don't know. I don't think that any of those rod cap things needed doing. I think it was just some... You got the crankshaft bearing cap there, and we had to replace one of those, and then you've got the rod caps as well. I don't think the rod caps were an issue. I think it was the crankshaft bearing things. But we had to take all of these off anyway in order to remove the pistons up at the top. And those are all okay. They're all on 46%, so they are okay. They're in good enough condition that they can go back on. Come over to... What else have we got? That one's from the engine bay. I want to put that one on there. Put you on. Put you in place. And I've got that one there to go on. And then I got that one there to go on. And that should be all good to go, I think. We can come out. Oh, yeah, and I want to put the oil pan on. But I tell you what, well, before we do that, let's go to car status. Intake manifolds, those are on the top, so that's done. We're not going to worry about those yet. Spark plug at the top is done. Fuel pump, that's at the back. We'll do that. Rear muffler is done. Gearbox is done. All the clutch bits are done. That's all done down there. So we've got to... We mustn't forget the piece at the back. So we can put this oil pan back on. That one can go back on there. And I don't think there was anything else that we do from the bottom. Oh, actually, yes, there was. There was one thing that we do from the bottom. We need to put the oil filter back on. And the oil filter wasn't actually one of the items that we had to do. So if I go like that, there we go. Oil filter, put that one back on. Now that's all in place there. Switch over to the gearbox, and I want to try and get that one. No, not the fuel tank. The drive shaft, that's the one I'm trying to get. And try and reach all... I've got very long arms, haven't I, to reach all the way down there. And then you've got to swivel round and try and get that one as well. One bit that they haven't really done very well. I said this last time, and the time before, and probably the time before that as well. So, yeah, I'm probably repeating myself a little bit here. But I still think it's a bit that they haven't done very well. I don't like the way that they've done it. So we've got the fuel thingy in there. The fuel pump, rather, is in there. Fuel thingy. That's the technical term, that is, the fuel thingy. We can lower that one back down. And let's rummage around inside here. So, we want to go back to part mount mode. And, well, we'll put the intake manifold on first. That one's a replacement one. Although the other one said 51%. I think I'd actually repaired that one, which now I've gone and bought a new one. It seemed kind of, yeah, I wasted my money there, didn't I? Oh well. What's done is done. There's not a lot that we can do about that. I'll put that one on there and this one as well. Then we'll put together the rest of the engine. So we've got to put the rockers and the rods and all of those bits in. So let's move down here. And yes, so it's these valve push rods there. None of those were actually in bad condition, so we can just go through and put all of these valve push rods back in. And then we've got to put all the rockers back in, and those, some of them, or one of them had to be replaced, which is the one up this end. But the rest of them were all okay. Put that one in there. I think there's one more that's got to go in there, is it? Yep. Right, that's all that side taken care of, so now we can put the rocker arm on. And those, I bought two, actually, because I did think that I mistakenly thought that I needed two, but I don't. So it's that one there that's got to be replaced with a new one, and then the rest are the old ones. That's actually a new one that I've put on there. So let me take that one off. I don't want to, I'm not going to use up this new one. I'm going to keep hold of it so that we've got it for when we need it for in the future. So let's go back to part mount and rocket arm. It'll just keep changing over each time. And another one there. These do take a while putting these back on. I imagine it's probably fairly similar in real life. It's quite fiddly. You've got quite a... This is a big engine. It's got a lot of stuff down through it, so it takes a while to put everything back together. Take that one, and there we go. So also, if we do get to level 12 pretty soon, that means that we're going to be able to start stripping our car apart, and we're going to be able to strip as we're going to be stripping everything out of it. There'll be bits on there that we've not done before, like the bodywork and stuff like that. Now, there is like upgrades you can get for helping with the bodywork. I can't exactly remember what they are, but you can repair bodywork and you can do more work to it. It sort of makes a big difference. And then there's some interior things that you can do as well. I'm not exactly sure how much you get in the way of like interior things that you can do with the garage. Right, all of these rockers were taken off. Let's put that one on. That one there looks like to be in quite poor condition, but that's a rock. It's not a rocker. It's something else. I don't actually know what that bit. There's a bit with the spring in that underneath. I'm guessing that's something else. What is that bit? Anybody who's watching, what is that bit there with the spring in it? It's like connected to the rocker. Anybody know? I'm positive that several of you know, because several of the people that are watching this right now, you guys are professionals. You do this for a living, and yeah, your advice has been really good. Yeah, I realise that me sort of bumping around on this is probably quite comical to you, because this is your bread and butter. This is what you do to earn your living. This is how you do it, by doing this kind of job. And I think that's absolutely amazing. The fact that you can do this without getting completely and hopelessly lost and confused like I do on a regular basis on here. Although I do have it a bit easier than you. You know, it's all in this game. So, for one, I'm not getting covered in muck and grease and everything else. But two, I've got much fewer things to do on this. When I've got something that's difficult to undo, you know, like a really old vehicle, and it comes along, it comes in, it just undoes, just like that. A click of a button and it undoes. You know, I don't have bolts snapping off inside the engine because they're really old. Someone said last week they would love to see an aspect of this game added in where old rusty bolts are likely to snap off, and then you've got to you screw them out of the engine, and you've got all of that hassle with it as well. And they thought that would be a really good aspect to sort of add into the game and make for another interesting element of gameplay. And I quite agree. I think that would be highly entertaining to add that in. It'd probably be fairly painful to watch me doing it, but still, it would still be entertaining. Right, let's put this base back on. And then we can start putting... We've got a new filter here to go in. And the top piece on there. Do that one up. Right, and now we can come over to this side. I think I've got everything in here. Want the brake servo. That's all good to go. What else have we got? Right, there's bits here that we need to remember. So we need to put the battery back in. That one's in good, well, reasonable condition. And the radiator is borderline, but it's still in there. Oh, there's another one there. I'll tell you what, let me go over to the engine cover, and then we've got the ignition coil. That one's got to go on there, so I can put that one in. And then out at the top of the ignition coil, wasn't there like something else that comes off of that? I'm not actually sure. Crankshaft has got to go in. Fortunately, we can do that from here. Otherwise, I would have been in trouble there. That one can go back on. We've got the ignition distributor. Right, now, we did have the timing chain. That's a new thing that's got to go on. Nope. There, timing chain. That one's got to go on. We had a new one of those to go in. Then the timing cover. Go back on. Zoom in a little bit. I think I put that radiator on a little bit prematurely, but that's all right. Do that one up there. Just zoom out just a tiny bit. There we go. And get the rest of these. Right, now we've got crankshaft pulley to go back in. And then the water pump here. I think the water pump is actually... No, not the water pump is a new one. There is a new something in here. I can't remember where it is now. We come over to this side and do those two up. There's a water... Is it a water pump pulley, maybe? Yeah, I think it might be the water pump pulley. Fuel filter can go back on there. Water pump pulley, that was a new one. That's got to go back on. Now what? Oh, alternator. Nope, power steering pump. Alternator is on the other side, is it? Could well be. Yes, alternator is on the other side. I do remember some of these things. I do actually remember some of these names and some of the things that are supposed to go on here. I feel I'm doing well. I'm making progress, I feel, with some of these things. We've got a belt to go on there. There's another belt to go on there. The serpentine belt A. Right, oh, and what's that? Oh, radiator fan. That one's got to go back on. That goes on to there. Right, that's all of the bits on that side. I've got one bit that I need to do from... What have I got here? Ignition distributor rotor. To go in there. And the ignition distributor cap. Ignition wires. They can all go in. Is that all of that? That's all of those bits. Oh, I got another exhaust manifold to put on over here. Take you. And we can do these up from this side. I think this is just about everything. I'm going to have to lift it back up again to do the starter motor down on the gearbox over there. So I got that one's over that side. We've got the brake servo here. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I think this is it. I think we've got everything back in. Look at that. We've got it all in there. It's all managed to fit. No, I can't do it like that. I've got to wait till it's lifted up into the air. So let's just leap underneath here and get that starter motor back on. I go up to the engine block like that, and where are you? Starter motor. Oh, I need to go to part mount mode like that. There we go, starter. Let's put that one on. Get that one and that one. Right. Is there any other bits? Nope, we got the front exhausts. We got those coming through. That's looking good there. So let's just come back out. I think now we have done everything. We're going to have to put oil in. We've got to put oil. We've already removed the oil, but we've got to put new oil in. Right, those are all done and done and done and done. Yes, 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 and yes. Excellent! We've done the whole lot. This is brilliant. Lower you back down. We just put a little drop of oil, just a wee dram in the top, and we should be finished. Oh, it's there. Crumbs. I had a minor heart attack there for a minute. I was wondering where the oil fill plug is. That was not really what I wanted to do. I'm going to overfill this one. I'm going to be very, very generous with oil on this one. We're just going to keep going till it fills right up to the brim. It's probably going to tell us that we need to clean it up then. Keep going. Have I run out now? Oh, there we go. Come out of there. I didn't see how much money that was. And where is the dipstick? That's what we've got to do now. We've got to find the dipstick. Oh, it's there. It's on that side. Completely the opposite side to the fill. And, yep, I'd say that was fairly full with oil. I don't think that's going to cause us any problems, because obviously once you start the engine up and it sort of moves around a little bit, you generally... the level will lower down just a little bit after that, so it should be okay. And there we have it. So we're currently on 5,005 XP, although the XP is actually going up fairly steady, so I don't know if that's just over time. And do we get a bonus for completing this job? So let's see. We're on 5,005 now. Car status. Total payout 12,000. God, I said 12,000 gold. No, it's not 12,000 gold. It's $12,000. $12,000 and finish or clip B missing from car. What? What's a clip B? Where's clip B? Let's go to part mount mode. What's clip B? Clip. Where is it? What is it? I don't even know what it is. Okay, I'm kind of concerned now that this is somewhere deep inside the depths of the engine, and I got no idea where it is. It's not off of there. Clip B, missing from car. Where on earth would that be? I got no way of telling me where it is either. This is very concerning. We've got that one up there. Is there a clip at the back? Somebody is probably screaming at the screen right now and saying, Frith, it's really obvious. It's right there. What are you doing? And I'm missing it completely, aren't I? Is it anything to do with the brake servo? I would have thought that it would be on the air filter, because that's where the clips normally are. So there's no... I can't see any bits there. If I go car status, there's no issue. There's no indication of where a clip B might be. I don't think there's any way to find out where the bits are that you've removed. So what is the clip B? You know, that's the kind of thing that I would have thought would be up here, maybe? No. It's not over this side. Is it anything to do with the battery? I've got it in part mount mode, so I should be, in theory, I should be able to see something show up. Something showing up here. Front shock absorber? No. Ignition coil, there's nothing on. There, is there? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I know what we can do. We can go like this, and we go inventory, and we go clip B, and we just take a look at the clip and see what it looks like. Small rubber bushing. This is all front. Is this in alphabetical order or what? I don't think it is. Clip B, right there. So where does that one come from? No, I don't want to sell it. I want to put it back on. Right, so I know that we've got a... Oh, wait. What's that? It's there. Right there on the front. There it is. Is there another one on the back? Yes, there is another one on the back. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, I can't believe that. I could so easily have lost that completely and never been able to find it. Right, hood down, and now we have got the job done. So that gave us 2 XP points. So let's see, 5,007, and then finish order. Kaboom! Cash coming in. Did it just say save game? I think it saved the game for me automatically. So we're up to 5,166. So we still got nearly 500 XP points that we've got to earn, which is a little bit unfortunate. So it's going to take a little bit of time. We got that one. So what have we got? We've got another Jeep we could take a look at. That's just a gears keep slipping, gearbox shifts rough, find and fix all gearbox problems. I would have thought that would be fairly simple. That looks like a bigger job. There. And we've got a Roadster. We've got a Mazda. I'm going for the Jeep. I'm going to take the Jeep. Let's see what that one's like. And, well, as soon as it turns up, please tell me that this game hasn't just crashed. Okay, the game didn't crash. It just took a while. It does sometimes take a little while, but that Jeep does look pretty cool. I don't think that we're going to take this one out this time to the track. So we've got part not discovered, gearbox I4C, part not discovered. I suspect that it is the 4 parts from the clutch. That's my guess. So we're just going to move the car straight over to car lift A, and I reckon that all the issues will be in that gearbox. So what we got to do is we're going to lift it up onto there and lift it right up into the sky so that we can take a look in underneath. And right, where do we want to go? Where's the gearbox? Well, the gearbox is here. What's that? Oh, I see. So we've got front drive shaft, and then the transfer case, and then that one. So we've got to remove the drive shaft here. If I go like that, there we go. So we can start removing this drive shaft here, and then we can start taking off those other bits. So swing round over to here, and take that one off. And that's that one out of the way. I mean, it might be something to do with the rear drive axle, but I very much doubt it. I can't see that being the case. So we want to... Now we've got to do the front drive shaft. Oh, that one just slides right off. We've got some bolts here. Oh, I see. Those are held on with a plate on here. That comes off like that. And then we've got the gearbox I4C. Oh, no, I've got to take off starter engine. Why is it that some of them are only accessible from the engine bay and some of them are only accessible from underneath? It's very inconvenient that you've got to keep swapping over like this. You would have thought that you'd be able to get both of them from in, all of them from in underneath. Right, so we grab that starter a minute and take that one off. And then we can jump out here. That one was at 39%. What is the total it got to be? Oh, 35. So that one's actually okay. We'll just chuck that down a minute and then we lift up. Now, we don't need to drain the oil out to take the gearbox off. So we should be good to go with that. We move up to here and now we can take the gearbox off. So let's remove all of these bolts. It's a very compact gearbox, that is. So there's that one. And I suspect it is all down to these bits here. We've got the clutch release bearing. We've got the... Yeah, that one was right. And then we've got this one, which is 12%. Yep, clutch plate, that's rusted out. And the flywheel as well, rusted out. So if I take a look now, car status, that's the 4 bits there, and that's the 4 bits there. So we've got the list. We need the basic clutch pieces, so we'll just get those a moment. If I go clutch like that, we get 1 each of these. It's very rare, it seems, that you need to replace only 1 of these items. You normally have to do all of them. So we also want the flywheel, and we're going to need to find out what the gearbox is for this one. It's an I4C gearbox. Press T there, and right, I want a flywheel, which is that one. That's $500 for the flywheel. They're very expensive. And then I want gearbox, and we're looking for the I4C, that one there. $550. So we spent over $1,000 on parts of this. And then we go straight back to part mount and we put the flywheel back on. And then the clutch plate. And then the clutch pressure plate. That one on there. It's going to be a very, very quick job. It's amazing how quick it is to change gearbox. You wouldn't have thought that it was that fast, would you? Although, to be fair, I never remember it being this quick whenever I had to help my dad do it. I did help him do it a couple of times, and yeah, it just didn't seem to be as quick as this. I'm sure that you experienced people are able to whiz through this job like nobody's business, and it's just really, really simple for you without any problems whatsoever, and I absolutely admire you for that. It's just never going to happen for me. Right, let's put that front drive shaft on there. Not in real life. In real life, this is just something that's going to take ages and ages and ages and ages. And put that on like that. Incidentally, those of you who are mechanics or do this as a hobby and actually know something about the job, how long does it take to change a gearbox? When you've got your workshop all set up, you've got everything that you need in order to be able to do it, how long does it take to actually whip all those bits off and change a gearbox? Can you do it without taking the engine out like you do in this game? Is it possible to do it like we do? Because when I did it, we weren't able to lift the car up into the air. So what we ended up doing was we ended up putting the... we took the engine out and then did the gearbox. And I'm pretty sure that's how we did it. No, I'm 99% certain that that's what we did. We took the engine out and did it that way to get to the clutch rather than taking the gearbox. Because I don't think that we could... There was no way for us to like lift it up in the air when we were doing it. At least I think that's the case. I could be wrong. I don't really remember very much. I tried to block it all out because it was kind of traumatizing. I absolutely hate working on cars in real life. I genuinely detest it. It's just not something that ever appeals to me. Car status, we're all done, so we can go finish order. That one's done, and we're at 5,300 already. That was actually pretty good. It was pretty efficient use of our time to gain XP there. So let's go to the next one and see what we've got. So we've got the Olsen Grand Club there. No, I don't want to do that. This one here is the Mazda. And we've got a Bolt Atlanta F Mill. That one might appeal to some people. That's got 7 seconds left on it. Let me just quickly look through these. That one might be good. I'm going to go for this one. I'm just going to grab that one. I think that's actually similar to the one that we've already done. We just finished doing. Is it? I don't actually know. Yes, I think it is fairly similar to the one that we just finished doing. Except this is a pickup truck and not a car. Well, it's a pickup with a car's body, essentially. Car status, so we've got ignition distributor cap. Engine power failed and engine oil and stuff like that. Well, that should be fairly simple. So, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go move car lifter. We need to take the oil out, so we could do that first. And engine power has failed. Right. That could be any one of a number of things. This could be a really easy job. This could be something that's really, really bad. So, yes. Well, first of all, let's head down that end and see if it's this one. Doesn't look like it. That one looks to be in pretty good condition. It would be all rusted up if it was that one. So, I'm going to assume that it's not that one. And so we can come up this way. So engine power has failed. Ooh, engine power has failed. It'd be the fuel filter. That's one of them. And we do need to do the ignition coil. That'll be the other one. And let's take a look at car status. We've got fuel filter, ignition coil B, and then we want those. So let me just grab those bits a minute. Come out of here. So, ooh, hang on. I've got to check it now. Ignition distributor cap I6. This takes me a while every time. I've got to go through and do this quite slowly. So I want to go ignition. Help if I could type, wouldn't it? There we go. Ignition distributor cap I6. That one. There we go. And then what else was there? Let me just get these bits and then we can carry on. Right, I think I've got everything. The other bit that we had to do is the ignition distributor cap. So we want to remove these ignition wires, and then we want to take off the clip. We're going to take off the clip on this side. We need to remember to put those back on as well. So we take that one off, and then we can go straight into part mount mode, and we can put that one back on there like that, and put the clip back on there, and put that, oh no, that clip back on there like that, and then the ignition wires, they can all go on there. So that's that bit done. Then we got the ignition coil B. That one can go on. It's a brand shiny new one. What else was there? There was a bit over here, wasn't there? There was that one, the fuel filter. We're going to put that one on. And I think that was about it. There wasn't a lot else that we needed to do. We need to do the oil. Let's go here. Ignition distributor cap. Engine power has failed. That's all done. And then we just got to do the oil filter. So we need to lift this one up into the air. I can close that hood down. I can lift you up into the air. And while it's lifting, we go and grab this one. There. Move equipment and car lifter A. We're whizzing underneath here and we go use equipment. Grab all of that oil. And then we can put that one back over to place equipment back. And then I need to go in underneath here and do the oil filter. There. Take you off and then I go part mount and I put the new one back on. Is that one there. Come out, and all we got to do is put the oil back into the engine, and then we are done. We can send this one off up the road, see if we get much more in the way of XP. So if I go oil fill plug like that, and start filling, I don't really know how much we're going to need to put in. We're up to $42,000 already. We're doing pretty well for money, I think. I think we're going to be able to work quite well on our car. As soon as we've got the garage sort of upgraded, we're going to be able to do quite a bit on our car. I think that's enough oil. That'll do. Let's come out of there, put the hood down, take it off of the lifter. And we have another one done and out the door, and we are starting to run out of time now, so we're going to have to just send that one up the road. 435. I reckon one more order will actually do it. I think we'll then be able to expand our garage. We should be able to expand our garage in the very next episode. This one here is loud when accelerating, driver struggling to find gears. No! I was going to grab that one. That one looked like it'd be pretty good. There's no bonuses on these. Tiny little car there. We got struggling to find gears, repair gearbox faults, grinding and shaking, and then we got loud exhaust. That one, I think, is the one that's going to do it. I think we're going to get that tiny little car there. We grab that one. And as soon as it comes back into the garage, we can get this one straight on over to the lifter, and we can have a go with it. And let's take a look here. What is with that shiny bit on the side? This thing looks a little bit weird. I really don't know. Is that supposed to be cool with a car? I don't really know. I'm probably not what people would class as one of the in crowd. Yeah, to be brutally honest, I'm probably never ever going to be considered even remotely cool. At least not when it comes to anybody that knows anything about cars. I have a car. It gets me from point A to point B, and that is literally the only thing that I do with it. I don't do anything special with it. And where's the engine? Oh, is this one of those with the engine in the back? It is. Oh, that's brilliant. There's the engine. It's in the back. It's hidden all the way in the back. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. Well, that's my time up. Engine in the back. Yeah, I really didn't see that coming. I thought that was kind of like big sports cars. I didn't think it was like little things like this. We're supposed to do this. Right, what's wrong with this thing anyway? Front exhaust section, rear muffler F. And then we've got struggling to find the gears. I reckon that's, again, it's a very simple job with doing the gearbox in underneath. But this is fantastic. This is brilliant. This has got to be one of the most difficult vehicles to work on known to man. I mean, how do you access this thing? If you want to get something back here, this is going to be nigh on impossible to get into. I feel for the poor people that are going to work on these in real life. That's going to be that's going to be awful, horrible, absolutely terrible. I really wouldn't want to have to do it myself. I'm quite glad that I don't, to be honest. Right, so we've got that starter motor. That's from under the car. So none of these bits appear to be from on top of the car. So let's just, I'll tell you what, let's put this cover back on. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to go like that, and if I go there, how do I put the cover back on? Go like that. Part mount mode. Nope. Nope. Escape, come out of there, and then do this. Interior disassemble. Assemble mode. I see, right. And we just drop that one back in. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely thrown me. That has a little tiny car like this has got the engine in the boot. I really did not expect that. I just thought it was like something like supposed to be cool with the radio, the stereo or something in the boot. I really didn't expect this. Okay, let's take these bits off. So we got two rear mufflers. That one can come out and that one can come out. And then we've got another front exhaust section there. That's yeah, that one was noisy. So then we've got the gearbox. So we need the rear drive axle, and in order to get the rear drive axle, we got to do the tires, so sports tires. It's definitely a cool boys car. This is, isn't it? Definitely for someone who's very cool. Which is why I would not be able to have a vehicle like this, because I'm just not cool enough to be able to do it. It's just not something that's ever going to happen. Although that is something that I've learned to accept with life. I'm just never going to be cool enough to have a boy racer car. Boy racer car, that's the word I'm looking for. Boy racer, isn't it? And, right. Well, how do I take you? Oh, no, I got to take off that starter right there. And I reckon that we're going to find all the bits. The problems with this one are going to be underneath. So I'm just going to take these off. We'll put this one back together tomorrow. Next week, rather. Clutch bearing, there, 11%. Clutch pressure plate. And that one will be as well. And then it'll be the clutch inside. And it will be the other piece as well. So it's nice and easy to do these. There we go. That's all of those. Car stator. So we've got the 3 bits there. Clutch pressure plate, release, flywheel, and the gearbox as well. Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.